All right. Hopefully this is working. All right. Hello, Ark. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around and post this bit in some places. Let me know if like any sounds are off or anything. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the 10 bits. I don't have any sounds on right now just because I don't want to have to deal with anything I have like open in Chrome or something. So no alerts at the moment. I might like spend some time in like the next week or two and try to like actually set up my stream for actual streams with better quality than window capture with a text thing. But yeah. We'll see. I mean, is like sound good? Am I cutting out at all? I have like a noise gate on, so I might be cutting out if I'm talking too quiet or something. I'm not sure. Didn't really have a whole lot of time to test. But yeah, anyways, here I'll just get to showing off the deck. Playing Oswald Fiddlebender is just like Birthing Pod, but for commanders or artifacts in the command zone. Like obviously super heavy picks, Esper Sentinel, Etherstrong Canonist. These are like the most important cards in the deck, I'd say. Etherstrong Canonist just slows the game down, lets me build up tons and tons of value because it like never hurts me. I have one creature that's not an artifact and two spells that aren't artifacts. Everything else is an artifact. So in terms of like main pod targets, I'm looking for Esper Sentinel, Othersworn Canonist, and then later down the line, I'm looking for Unlicensed Curse and Nettle Cyst as my main win cons. This version of the deck has Mighty Servant of Luke O as another alternate, like big beater, opposed to Nettle Cyst, but Nettle Cyst is usually just way better. In terms of removal, we have Portable Hole, Glass Casket. That's essentially it, aside from Dispatch and Source to Posture. So really only 4 pieces of removal. But Portable Hole and Glass Casket are both tutorable with Fiddlebender, so kind of makes up for it. In terms of mana acceleration, I don't really need a whole lot of mana acceleration, but I do have Lotus Petal and Ancient Tomb because they're just both really good in the deck. Ancient Tomb can let me get out turn 1 Hearse or turn 2 Nettle Cyst. Like playing Smuggler's Copter turn 1 is also really fucking good. Then like turn 2 you play Midnight or Asper Sentinel or something just to crew it. Super strong. Yeah, so for Stoneforge Mystic, there are 2 targets in the main board. Nettle Cyst is obviously the main one. Secondary is Shadow Spear. So usually Stoneforge Mystic is just 2 mana draw card, which is super good. Like just in general. Because I always get my Nettle Cyst. Basically just an extra copy of Nettle Cyst. But in post board games, I have a Sword of Sinew and Steel and a Citizen's Crowbar, which can both be tutored by Stoneforge Mystic and my commander, which is really good tech. And speaking of the sideboard, it is all like tutorable except for Tempest of Light. Like Tangle Wire, Torpor Orb. I guess Fragmentize isn't tutorable either, but yeah. Citizen's Crowbar is just a way to get artifact and enchantment removal off of Stoneforge Mystic as well as off of Oswald Fiddlebender. It's not a good card. It's just really versatile and like super easy to include when I have so many ways to get it out onto the battlefield. Grafdigger's Cage, like it's just pretty decent. Obviously, it hurts me a bit because it means I can't tutor creatures onto the battlefield with Oswald, but most of my big tutor targets are not creatures. Like Mighty Servant is not a creature, Nettlecyst is not a creature, though it does turn off getting Phyrexian Revoker, Patrick Automaton, Scrap Trawler, etc. And well, hello Newton. Glad you're excited. Yeah, match hasn't started yet. My opponent Boobytrap is still getting set up, but he's almost ready, so I decided to do my deck tech before the game. Urza Saga, easily best land in the deck. It's so absurd. Like this card almost on its own makes me run Crucible of Worlds because like looping Urza Saga with Crucible in this deck is just not beatable. And because I'm running that, I also get to run Wasteland for super good. Like if I just draw Wasteland, I can always just tutor out Crucible of Worlds and end games like that. Buried Ruin, just like redundancy in my land slot, just draws an extra card. Very little downside to this card because I only have 8 white cards in the deck. Like Fiddlebender, Esper Sentinel, Canonist, Stoneforge. That's it for my creatures. 2 spells and like 2 of my artifacts. So I really am allowed to be super light on white sources. So things like this is super easy to run. Same with cards like Inventor's Fair. I've really only used the last ability once with this guy, but gaining life is really nice, especially with Ancient Tomb and some of the other cards in the deck. It's just really good card. I'm running 5 basic plans with Prismatic Vista, Marsh Flats, like all the fetches that I can run. I think at least. Or, no, that's only 3 fetches. Never mind. But yeah, so running like 8 white sources in the deck, plus Ancient Den, Darksteel Citadel, and Treasure Vault for my artifact lands. And these can all be potted away with Oswald for any of my 1-drops. Like I can just turn a land into a portable hole, or if I need card draw, I can turn them into an Astrolabe. Or Springleaf Drum if I need mana, or Soul Guide Lantern for like spot exile removal for graveyards. It's like the versatility in this deck is what makes it so good and why it's been crushing so much. And just being able to turn like anything into anything else that I might need is just so good for versatility and whatnot. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. Like questions about sideboard, mainboard slots, etc. Like specific exclusions. But that's essentially it. I mean, I'll go through main win cons. You have Patchwork Automaton, Runaway Trashpot, Arcbound Ravager, Nettlecyst, and Mighty Servant. Those are the main ways we win the game. Usually it's Nettlecyst or Patchwork Automaton, but the other ones can be good in specific situations. Arcbound Ravager is great for blanking removal. Runaway Trashbot is great for rebuilding after a board wipe. And Mighty Servant of Logo is just really good for rebuilding your hand, especially in a grindier game. Um, Hold on. Alrighty, so it looks like my opponent is ready to start, so I'm gonna give him the match info and then we will get going. Yeah, I gotta pull it up. All right. Okay, opponent is in. I'm gonna swap to game mode. All right. And again, if anybody has issues seeing anything, just let me know and I'll try to fix it. Alrighty. See if they're ready. And I should know what they're on, but I forgot to do pre-match like research. All right, we're gonna grab Oswald Fiddlebender, put him in the command zone. Let's see, what are we gonna roll? 20, nice. Max roll. 11 will be on the play. Unlicensed Terrorist, Automaton Memnite. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. Start with Automaton into Memnite. That seems super good. Turn 2, I can play and equip Shadow Spear or play Unlicensed Terrorist. Seems super good. This is like an amazing hand. Yeah, London Mulligan. I actually haven't seen a hand this good quite a while. One of the best like attributes of this deck is oftentimes I don't even need to use my commander, but he's super good when I do have to use him. Right, he's playing Vadrik, so he's probably on some sort of storm variant or just like Spellslinger. So I need to get out and under his counter spells and removal early, which I think Patrick Automaton is going to do really well. And Unlicensed Hearse will be a great beater in the mid range. So I think that's going to be our plan. Yeah, this is real good. Very excited. This is my first time streaming Magic on Twitch. So I used to do some streaming of League of Legends and Geometry Dash and some other games. All right, I'm gonna play Ancient Tomb. Tap, take 2. Put Patrick Automaton on the stack. Play that. Memnite. Trigger. Add a counter. And pass the turn. All right, let's see what he plays. Island. Cataxian probe. All right. Yes, to see my nuts hand. And he paid for the Cataxian probe with the island, so he's not going to be doing anything else this turn. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, never. All right. Take my untap, upkeep, draw. Got a Springleaf Drum. I think the best plan is still to just play Shadow Spear. Alternatively, I could Springleaf Drum, tap Memnite, and then do the Shadow Spear thing, which I might do, but I think I'd rather just get the extra damage in while I'm like going under his interaction. So I'm gonna play Plains, cast Shadow Spear, get a trigger, play that, and then take 2 to equip. And swing 4/5. All right, and now I get to gain 4 life. And I'll pass the turn. Super strong first 2 turns, especially Patrick Automaton. This guy has ward 2. So even if he does have interaction here, he won't be able to remove my Automaton this turn, which is very good news for me. Unless he has free interaction. Ward 2 is honestly really just winning the game. He might be able to remove Shadow Spear. He'll probably... This looks like counterspell magic, so I'm just gonna jam Springleaf Drum into it. Yeah, I'll take my turn. Tap up, keep, draw. Sculpting Steel. All right. This is interesting because if I cast Sculpting Steel targeting Patchwork Automaton, which I think that's what I'm gonna do, because then he'll basically have to counter it. And then I just get to play my Springleaf Drum off the Arid Mesa, and I'll be swinging in for 7 damage this turn, and he'll be dead on the next turn if he doesn't find removal. So yeah, I'm gonna play out Arid Mesa, take 2 from this, put Sculpting Steel in the stack. All right. This is going to enter the battlefield as Patchwork Automaton. I'm going to grab a Snook Covered Plains and Springleaf Drum. Try to target spell with, yeah, sure. I still get my counters. Okay, so he was just trying to counter a, oh yeah, all right, so Patrick is at 6/6. Looks like has Memnite, Shadow Spear, Sculpting Steel, and Springleaf Drum. I'm gonna go to combat, swing for 7. Hello, I see you. Long time no see. I'll gain 6. Pass the turn. And then next turn, I'm probably just going to play the Unlicensed Hearse and exile his graveyard. So far, he's seen all the cards that I've played. He's in red-blue, so I'm not sure if there are... I don't think there are any sweepers that he could play right now that would completely remove my board. All right, and he concedes. We're going to game 2. This might be a lot faster of a stream than I thought it was. It really depends. I need to look back and read Vadric. Okay. I think I'm on the draw here. So I'm not sure if any of this is super good for me. What are his... He'll probably bring in Energy Flux. So I will bring in Fragmentize instead of my Soulgut Lantern. Just to hedge against if he plays a Energy Flux as his sideboard card. Card would usually not be beatable. So I'd rather just hedge against that and take out cards that I know are going to be useless. Is there anything else I could do? I might want to bring in Crowbar, but I doubt that card would be very good even into an Energy Flux because it doesn't do anything the turn I play it. So I think I'm going to go like this. There's an argument to be made about bringing in Tempest of Light if you know what your opponent's sideboard looks like, which I should know, but I didn't take the time to really look at his sideboard, so I'm just going to keep Fragmentize. And I'm going to run the list like this on the draw. Also, Fiddlebender to the command zone. He gets the play. First draw. All right, Arkham's Astrolabe into Glass Casket. This hand's a bit slower, but I like the Astrolabe as turn 1 play, with also being able to play Memnite. Turn 2, probably play Fiddlebender or Glass Casket, one of the two. And then we can go from there. Probably fetch Memnite into an Esper Sentinel on turn 3, or the Astrolabe into a the Others One Cannon Nest. So yeah, I'll keep this. Very versatile hand. All right, let's see what he does. Island Pass, my favorite. All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Venter's Fair is a good draw. I'll play that next turn. Going to start with Astrolabe on the stack. My Mental Misstep or Spell Pierce or something. We'll see. It'll inform my next plays. All right. Draw Astrolabe. Dispatch is a super good pickup here. Now, we saw that Expel thing last game, so I don't think I'm going to play Memnite. Though I could. He left up Island. It's probably for a Consider or an Opt this turn. Maybe a Brainstorm. Yeah, I think I'd rather hold on to... Well, no, I'll just play it out. Let's see what he does. Resolves. All right, that's the correct decision. We'll pass the turn. No Opt or Consider. Interesting. So I kept a 7-card hand with no turn 1 play. Mountain Island. Opponent doesn't have sideboard artifact hate, no meltdown reflex. Nice. All right. Tapping, all right, just letting me go. All right. I think this is a sign to play slower. I have tons of removal in my hand. I can just take this slow. I'll play out the Arcbound Ravager this turn after I attack. I'll go to combat, swing for 1. All right. Second main phase, I will put Arcbound Ravager on the stack. Just super good card with Astrolabe. All right, interesting. Resolves. And we'll pass the turn. Having this Arcbound Ravager is super good here. Just insulates my board a bit. And I will have removal for Vadrik when he plays him. He might just go for it now. Roiling Earthquake deals X damage to each creature without horsemanship in each player. All right. Let's see. If I sack Astrolabe and then sack Ravager puts 2 counters. All right. I'm just gonna keep my creature alive. And then all right. So we both take 2. So each creature without horsemanship. All right. And each player. All right. Take my turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. All right. Wasteland's interesting. I'm just gonna play it out. You never know how people will play differently when you have cards like this on the battlefield. Then I'm going to I'm just gonna cast Fiddlebender, see if he has a disrupting shoal to they have by force, which is weird. All right, I'll play a Fiddlebender, go to combat, swing for 3. And we'll pass the turn with Wasteland up. Honestly, at this point, Fiddlebender is just a 2-mana 2/2. Pretty good. I have tons of interaction in my hand, just waiting to go. Territe Sanctum. If he passes the turn with that tapped, he might just play Vadrik here. Yeah. All right, that's good. I'll kill the Territe Sanctum before his next turn. Or before his next turn ends. I'll wait till my end step to do it though. All right. In case I get new information on tap, upkeep, draw. Smuggler's Copter. Interesting pickup. So something interesting here. I can cast Glass Casket and he'll probably just put Vadrik into command zone instead, which will let me instead pot it away for a level 3. So I can just go and grab Crucible of Worlds and keep up Wasteland here. I think that's the line. We'll see what he does. He might just let it go to exile. All right. Yeah, we're gonna start with casting Glass Casket. We'll see how this goes. And if this gets countered, we can always just Plains and then Swords to Plowshares the Vadrik. We'll see what happens. Slip out the back. Sure. Interesting. He gets a counter. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play planes and hold up swords to plowshares. I'm still going to wasteland, and what this lets me do is next turn I can pod Boss Casket into Crucible of Worlds and keep on wastelanding. But it protects me for this turn, so I'm just going to go to combat, swing 5. Because Vadrik is phased out. All right. All right, I'm going to wasteland. Then we're going to pass a turn. Stop on upkeep. Oops. All right, let's see. He already drew his card. All right. Going to source the plowshares, Vadrik. He can probably counter this, but I think it's good to put the pressure on. Just get the cards out of his hand. NASA's invention. Interesting. So I would have to pay 4. Yeah. Sure. Countered. Means he's only got 1 red for this turn, plus whatever land he draws. If he draws any. This game is looking pretty much in my favor. I have another piece of interaction, plus I have my pod out on the battlefield. There's a chance that he wipes my board here, which would suck pretty badly, but I do have. All right, seizing the spoils. Okay. He'll draw 2, make a treasure. It's pretty good. He discarded a reality spasm. It's interesting. And he's going to end step with 2 mana up. All right, I'll take my untap, upkeep, draw. We're going to. He doesn't have any wastable lands out, so let's see. What am I looking for here? I can pod this into Mighty Servant. I can play Smuggler's Copter and keep up Dispatch. I might do that. All right, I'm gonna play Darksteel Citadel. Well, I guess this turns on Dispatch anyways. Let's see. I'm gonna dispatch first, actually, I think. Yeah. All right, we're gonna dispatch. We'll see how this goes. Spell burst. You got it. So now we're going to just cast Nettle Cyst, which will be a 4/4. All right. Now I'm going to go to combat, swing for 3 with Memnite. All right, ticks down. We're gonna pass the turn. Hopefully our board is good enough to where he won't be able to deal with all of it. I do have Smuggler's Copter in hand. It's very good for like filtering out advantage. We'll see how it goes. I do have a lot of options. I have a 0 and a 2 on the battlefield that I can pod into a 1 or a 3. Relevant targets right now are Crucible of Worlds, sort of, or no, I didn't bring that one in. I could pod Memnite into, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, I've used all of my interactions so far. Playing in each player, x equals 4, so he's wiping the board. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I have Nettle Cyst out, so I don't see how this is going to be an issue. I'll put that here. Unattach here. He's down to 2 life. I'm pretty confident with this. Untap, upkeep. Gain a life. Draw. Ganjo's Seed of the Empire. That's super good. He's tapped out, so I'm just gonna play out Fiddlebender. And then I will pass the turn. He is super low. Next turn, I can cast Smuggler's Copter or attach Nettle Cyst. And keep it Ganjo up. We'll see if he doesn't get rid of Fiddlebender here. He loses. He is at 2 life. And I'm gaining life every turn off Inventor's Fair. Another thing I can do is I can pod Darksteel Citadel into a Gingerbrute. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X or less. He cast it for 1, 2, 3. That doesn't work. He only has 5 mana. Or does he? Oh, wait, no, he does. Yeah, never mind. Alright. Yeah, so he stole my Fiddlebender. Alright. Yeah, my bad. We'll see how this goes. He has the Fiddlebender. Alright, untap, upkeep, gain a life, draw a card. We have Ancient Tomb, so I can Ancient Tomb, second Venturous Fair, looking for Esper Sentinel. Play that. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cast. He's got 1 card in hand. Odds that he can. Yeah, we're gonna do this. And a second Ventus Fair. Going to get an Esper Sentinel and put it into play. Threatens lethal with Nettle Cyst. Or we could also. So okay, there are 2 options here. So either we get a Gingerbrute, which threatens a win next turn with Nettle Cyst. Or yeah, I think we get Gingerbrute and we bank on having it resolve. I'm gonna get Gingerbrute. And I'm gonna cast Gingerbrute. And I will pass the turn. Let's hope this works. If not, there's a decent chance that I lose here. I am threatening lethal on board. He's casting a big X spell. Let's see what it is. He might just be casting Vadric also. Alright. Looks like we have the win. Unless he has a free spell that I don't know about. Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. There's the Esper Sentinel. I can cast that first. Cast Esper Sentinel. Alright. Going to attach this here. And then I use it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Swing lethal. GG. That was the line. I'm glad I saw that. I was about to tutor an Esper Sentinel. All right. That was a good match. I'm pretty happy about that. 1-2-0. All right. See if he wants to hop in a VC. All right. I'll post it to the week 2 pairs as soon as I finish cooking it later. All right. That's it. I'm asking him if he wants to. All right. No, he doesn't. All right. Well, guys, that was it for my stream today. I will be streaming all of my future matches in this tournament. This was just round 1 pairings. I kind of procrastinated my game until the last second. So next time, hopefully, probably this week sometime, I will be streaming again for this Tiny Leaders tournament. You can catch me again here. I will post in the same places where you found me. And yeah, I hope to see all of you guys next time. This was really fun. And I'm also going to post this to YouTube later. You can just find me by searching Chiyasi on YouTube. Should be pretty easy. And good night to everybody. Bye.